Kazuya joins the battle. New stage, new music. Yep, him. Special raising. On this console, you'll receive the Reswing Spirit. Special event for born in the 22. Gosh dang. All those games. Well, okay, yes, I know the Persona franchise and the Xenoblade franchise are older than that. And Minecraft's kind of 2009, but Isabelle, and again, Animal Crossing. Whatever. They all come from series. You know what I mean. The 12.0 update, yes. Fighter Pass 5 available. Available for purchase. Dragonborn. Dante Wig. Shantae Wig. Lloyd Wig. Some stuff for Nintendo Switch Online members. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, we're here. This is the first time we've done Switch since what? We finished Mario? No, we did do a day 420 of Animal Crossing. That did happen. So tonight we're doing, as you know, my goal is to try to get all the spirits. Let's see, spirit list. Right, that's how I have one. I'm missing what, 4? As of, it's a little bit more than that, obviously. But the 4 spirits I'm missing, I'm pretty sure are now accessible. Plus a few other things, so we're gonna work on that tonight. Who knows? Maybe it'll turn out well. And yeah, tonight's gonna be a much shorter stream than normal. Alright, I don't think we have much to talk about. Oh look, there's 2 new ones right there. Sure. But yeah, so what has changed? So why did I decide to do Switch? Well, one is because there's the new character who we're going to mess around with in a little bit. But the main reason, the big reason I'm doing Switch is so I've been messing around. So I have, it's hot here. Oh god, it's been a while since I played Smash Bros. Probably when the last characters were added. And so I've been it's been hot here, and I have not a box fan, it's a stand fan. And I had this idea. I was like, you know, what if I just put the Switch in front of the stand fan? How well, like, would that in theory act as like a heating coolant for the Switch? I have not tested it. I will admit I have not. Okay, that's kind of a lie. I tested it in handheld mode, right, where like I took the fan out and I just had the Switch laying in front of it in handheld mode, and was like, hey, will the Switch, right, like the air from the fan blow on the Switch, and will that cool it? And it worked. It cooled the Switch, and the Switch didn't know, right, it didn't even get hot. So it's like, okay, that worked. But can I set up the Switch in the dock and then blow the fan on it? Well, my setup, as I think I've explained, is the Switch is over here, the Xbox is in the middle, and the PlayStation's over here, and my fan is all the way like past the PlayStation, right? It's back there. So there was no easy way for me to set up right, like I couldn't get the fan blowing on the Switch. There was just not a setup that worked. So I instead went behind my desk, unplugged everything related to the Switch, moved the Switch dock behind my TV, and then plugged everything back in. Right? Plugged in everything behind the TV with the hopes that, hey, maybe this'll work. And so I just set it up like 2 hours ago. I haven't even tried it out yet. Maybe it'll work. The big worry though is the sound, right? The fan blows, the fan makes noise. Will that be too much for the Switch? Or will that not, like, how will that translate to the stream? Will because the fan's running right now, and I worry that it's kind of loud. So I worry, like, oh god, can you hear this on stream? Because if so, that sucks. God, these little Rob suckers. So that's one. So the audio is one of my worries. Also, will it actually work? Like, I don't know if there's like a difference between the Switch running in the dock and the Switch running in handheld mode. But this might, in theory, be a not a permanent solution, but at least a temporary one that gets me the Switch back. And who knows, if it does work, maybe we'll stream the Switch in the future. I probably should have ran more tests before we sat down to stream today. Sluggish. Yeah, I probably should have ran like some tests, like some audio and video tests, but I only set this up like an hour ago. So, yeah, I have no experience. I also have the fan blowing on the lowest setting. It can get much, much louder. I've, of course, also theorized messing with, is it called Crisp? There's that program that's supposed to, like, mute all background noise. And I'm wondering, because I think Discord uses it. Like, when you're on Discord, it, like, has it, like, installed in. And I'm wondering if there's, like, maybe if I use that, would that work? I don't know. So, yeah. But I'm going to try right now for the moment and see, like, hey, what can we do with this? But yeah, I'm running the Switch, which, hey, maybe it won't heat up. Maybe, of course, I might also have to set the fan to a higher setting. But at least in portable mode, right? Just, like, playing with like, the controller on, like, the kickstand and me holding with the system on the kickstand, it worked. So yeah, my Switch, of course, now accessing my Switch, it's now behind the TV, which is super inconvenient. Also, my fan kind of sucks, but yeah. So maybe it'll work. If it does work, that would be very nice. I just haven't run any tests yet, so I don't know. Also, yeah, I had to rearrange a lot of shit because the cord on my fan is very short. So to actually, like, get it, I had to, like, rearrange a bunch of things to, like, get it so that the fan would hook up to the Switch. I don't know. I hope it works, but if it doesn't, I also wouldn't be surprised. Yes, news tonight, we only have 3 news stories and then a little bit of a WIBE. Tonight's going to be a shorter night. Just nothing, it's, again, we're post E3. Nothing is going on. I don't have that many, I think we're one spirit away. There's not that many news stories. There's not that much going on in the gaming industry. There are some things we're going to talk about. There were a few other stories that, like, I don't have written down here that maybe I'll very quickly make a mention of. I wrote down a misc section, and then we got WIBE because I did see some movies. And I played a videos game. So that's the plan for tonight. It's going to be a short, simple night. Probably around 2 hours, because you know how this goes. But who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I haven't played Smash Bros. Since Pyra and Mythra came out. And so, yeah, it's fun to play it again. Yeah, and then I've also been super freaking busy with class. Oh, God. Yeah, it's been a very busy week. Oh, I guess I should also... It was also my birthday yesterday. I guess I should... I was considering doing, like, a birthday stream or something like that, because we did one last year, only because, again, 365 days of Animal Crossing. I'm still playing Animal Crossing every day, so, like, I did go into Animal Crossing. I'm surprised, out of all the people who, like, you know, your favorite villager, or, like, the villager you're the highest friendship rating with, holds your party... Out of all of them, I was surprised Lucky was the one who held my birthday party. Maybe it's random, but I thought it was like the one you have the highest friendship with. So yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, I did the birthday event, got the things, got another copy of KK birthday song. So yeah, and then other than that, you know, went out with the family and we got some good stuff, got some good foods. I got a great sandwich. Oh, I wonder, we should probably actually check this. Because, you know, I always leave these running. Yeah, I don't know, nothing really happened yesterday. I had work, I had papers due, technically they're not due for another 2 hours, but I got them turned in last night or earlier this morning, just so that I didn't have to worry about it. Which is, again, one of the reasons why I've considered moving this show to Saturdays. But, nothing has happened yet. And then let's see, you know what, I think the one spirit we're missing is like Max Brass or something like that. Oh no, do I have them all? I thought, for some reason, I thought I was missing Max Brass. I guess I did beat that at some point. So as of everything here, I have every spirit. However, once we start doing the Kazuya spirits, I expect that to change. Because, yeah, I remember Max Brass in the Ender Dragon just being flipping nightmares. But I guess not. So, yeah. But yeah, and then, of course, now there's that new Dragon Quest spirit thing that I probably can't get anymore. So that sucks. Or, yeah, that Monster Hunter Stories, I mean. Not Dragon Quest. Yeah. So, I guess let's get into our first story of the day. So, as the title suggests, right, as the thing suggests, there was a new character added to Smash Bros. We found out about him at E3. I happened to be up when the Sakurai presentation happened. Not because I was, like, awake or anything. Oh, gosh. This one, that's gonna be a nightmare. I happened to be up, not because I, like, woke up early enough to watch it, but because I had been up all night. And I was just like, oh, well, hey, the Sakurai presentation starts in, like, 10 minutes, so I might as well. There we go. I want the business suit. So I did watch the presentation as it happened. I can't tell you anything about the actual presentation. What happened in it? Or like his moveset, like, because I know Sakurai explained the moveset. I couldn't tell you a thing. It was something like blank blank. Yeah, I don't remember it, honestly. So this is going to be fun. I don't know. Kazuya's not... I don't really care about the fighting game characters like Ken, Ryu, or Terry. I think they're neat additions. Like, it makes sense they're in the game. But they're just not characters I play. Again, my main right now is Byleth, so I think that tells you everything you need to know. So, yeah. But we did get the presentation. And it was, again, I think, even though I personally do not care, right? Like, Kazuya is not a character that I care for. I still think he makes a good addition. I think his moveset is interesting. I like the whole demon... Again, I like characters that can do interesting things. That's why I'm so in favor of Doom Guy, because I think he would make... right, and why I was down for Steve. Because I think those characters, while weird, make for interesting movesets. I see that. And yes, Steve totally stood and delivered. I don't entirely love playing as Steve, but I feel like he had a good moveset, or at least a good idea for one. So yeah, that happened. And yeah, the other things in the presentation that I guess we should talk about are they talked about the Mii Fighter costumes. As you know, I've personally been rooting for Hollow Knight. And instead we got the Mii Fighters in no particular order. I remember Lloyd. Lloyd is from not Tales of Arise. They're from some RPG. I don't know. I know it's a character people wanted. I know it's a kind of like oh, what's his name? The Isaac from Golden Sun. I know Lloyd is in a similar category of a character that people wanted. So I know getting Lloyd makes people right. That's gonna make people all the Mii Fighters. Someone had said that afterwards that it was crushing dreams, and yeah, Lloyd was one. The Dragonborn from Skyrim, specifically the one from Skyrim, right? It's got the helmet and everything, specifically Skyrim. The Dragonborn, I think that's a cool one, especially after getting Volt Boy 2 DLC packs ago, I think. Maybe 3 DLC packs ago now was Volt Boy. I thought Volt Boy was neat, and I think the Skyrim Dragonborn, Dovahkiin, whatever, I think that one's also pretty good. Another one was Dante. This was the big heartbreaker for people, because people have been really, especially in the second, people have always been rooting for Dante, but I feel like his support has gone up recently. I don't know. I mean, I think it started around when Byleth. It started with Byleth. Was the first time I saw people come out in droves and be like, oh, come on, put Dante in. So Dante's a Mii Fighter costume, and people are disappointed. But I don't think that tells the whole picture. And the last one is Shantae. Shantae is a Mii Fighter costume. I know people have wanted Shantae in as a character. I think Shantae would make a good character in the same way I think Shovel Knight would make a good character, or Q, for the cave story protagonist. I think they would also make a good character. But that's just me, and I still have hopes that either one of those characters could get a Mii Fighter costume. But yeah, I know a lot of people have been enacting disappointment, because these are all characters people wanted, and now they're not in the game. So I've seen a lot of disappointment on that front, and I guess in some ways that's valid. I get why people are disappointed, but as people have been pointing out, at least, well, yes, these characters would have been cool fighters. At least be happy they're here. There's a clip that goes around every once in a while of the developers over at Yacht Club Games playing Smash Ultimate when it released and getting the Shovel Knight Assist trophy for the first time. And they just erupt in celebration, right? Like, hey, our characters in Smash Bros. Even though I've personally never actually seen the Shovel Knight Assist trophy. I've never seen it before. Maybe in a spirit, but other than that, nope. Never in casual gameplay, which is disappointing. But right, getting a character in Smash Bros. Is still something to celebrate. Even if it's a Mii Fighter costume. That's still a big deal. It still means a lot to have a character in Smash Bros. Because Smash Bros is big. And this is something I have come to realize when some of the first Mii Fighter costumes were revealed, and especially Shovel Knight was revealed as a assist trophy, I was like, really? But as time goes on, I realized, no, these are good things. These characters are in Smash Bros. Of course, I wish more Mii Fighter costumes looked more like the Cuphead one and the Sans Undertale one, and less like the Geno one, right? If they had just given the Geno costume a proper map, it would look so much better, right? A proper face mask that just was Geno's face. It would look so much better. And people have modded that in the game. Just using a Mii, it doesn't look the same. I think the Shantae one looks, even with the Mii, I think the Shantae one looks really good. I I think the Dante one looks pretty decent. This Dragonborn one's pretty good. All four of them were pretty good. The Shantae one also comes with a soundtrack, which is cool. I've seen people use the custom stage builder to build a Shantae themed stage, which, yeah, no, that's part of the reason why you use the custom stage builder. Of course, I remember when the custom stage builder first came out and people were using it for porn. Yeah, that was something that happened. No joke. I remember when that happened. There's the one stage I downloaded is a stage of Pyra, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so those are the Mii Fighter costumes. I definitely think they're a good thing. I'm personally been rooting for Hollow Knight. I think Hollow Knight would make a great Mii Fighter costume. Especially because most of the best Mii Fighter costumes are all gunners. Like, Shantae is a brawler, which is like one of the few exceptions. But I hope Hollow Knight becomes a Mii Fighter costume. And if Doom Guy becomes a Mii Fighter costume, yeah, no, I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with Doom Guy being a Mii Fighter costume. That's acceptable. If that's how it goes down, yeah, I'll take it. It wouldn't be, right, it's not the greatest thing, but you know what? He's there. The representation is there. Because there's not a Valve Mii Fighter costume, right? Like, there's no Gordon Freeman Mii Fighter costume. At least I don't think there is. I could totally be wrong about that. Because that seems like I would not, like Gordon Freeman or Chell from Portal, I would not be surprised if either of them were Mii Fighter costumes. That just kind of seems like something that would happen. And then we found out about Amiibo. They talked about the Min Min Amiibo, which, right, and it looks great. The Min Min Amiibo looks great. Of course, they revealed that it doesn't come out until next year. That sucks. I remember after the last 3 DLC fighters were announced, or the last 2 or 3, Cloud, Bayonetta, and Corrin were announced in Smash 4? Smash on Wii U. It took like a year to get their amiibos out. So maybe with them taking more time with Min Min, maybe we'll get more out of it. Like, I would not be surprised if over the coming months we found out about Steve and Sephiroth's amiibo and they all come out around the same time. Because I'm assuming they're going to do something special for Steve. I would not be surprised if for the Steve amiibo, they have Steve, Alex, the zombie, and the Enderman. Kind of like what they did with the Game & Watch one, because I expect it to look very simple. I mean, it may have a cool pose, they might just do Steve, but I would not be surprised if they do something special. Pyra and Mithra are going to be later because they're more recent, but also they're gonna do Pyra and Mithra separately. They did the Pokemon Trainer separately. They did who else did they did a few other trainers separately. You know, characters that Sakurai considers multiple characters. Each got their own custom amiibo. So I would not be so I expect Pyra and Mithra to get their own thing. And whenever that happens, obviously, I don't know when that's going to happen. Okay. Oh, yes. I was so close to screwing that one up. We have one left. Oh, shit. Oh. Are you kidding me? I thought I had it. This one's gonna kick my ass. These last 2 are gonna be a pain. Yeah. Yeah. I have every amiibo, or at least in the Smash Bros. Series. So, yeah, I'll get it when it comes out. And then lastly, in the Smash thing, Sakurai confirmed that no, there is not going to be another Characters Fighter Pass thing. the next character, whoever it is going to be the final character. That's it. Which, yeah, okay, makes sense. We know he's been doing this for I think he mentioned at one point that he's been doing this for like 10 years straight now. Between this game and Ultimate, or between Ultimate and Wii U and 3DS, it's been 10 years. So him wanting a break, let him rest. Then after he takes his rest, give him the blank check to just do whatever he wants. Let Sakurai make whatever he wants. Oh shit. He has more than earned it at this point. Just let him make the game he wants. Something, right? Kind of like what they did with Kojima. Oh, come on. There we go. So, yeah. Any predictions for the last character? You know me, I'm still rooting for Doom Guy. I think it's actually less likely, because so if you watch the actual reveal trailer for the Mii Fighter costume, they don't use names like Skyrim or Devil May Cry. Instead, it's just Dante and whoever the other character, Dante and Dragonborn. I guess it's a rule at the ESRB that a game cannot mention a character, or a game like Smash Bros, which is rated, I think, teen, maybe a little older than that, cannot mention a character from a game rated higher than it. So Smash Bros, right, cannot mention a game like Skyrim or Devil May Cry, which are both rated M. Is Smash Bros rated T for teen? Oh, and hey, that one can be, we'll actually do that real quick. Ooh, that's different. Smash Bros is rated E10+, so yeah, it can't mention games like Devil May Cry or Skyrim, because those are both rated M. At least I think they are. So, because that would, raise the game's age rating. And so I get that. I get why that's a thing. We're going to go throw this in one of the gyms. Anything? No, nothing there. So I get that, which makes me think that, hey, maybe we're not going to get Doom after all. As much as I would love to get Doom, probably having Doom Guy would raise the game's age rating, which is something Nintendo doesn't want to do. So what was that new guy? Jin something? What type of... I don't think we passed him. Yeah, it's that new enhanceable spirit. I'll find him. Give me a second. And come on, where are you? Oh, here he is. We're going to leave that in there, and that will come back for that in like a day or two. And now we got one left. This is going to be fun. This is the rest of the stream. So because Smash Bros, right, can't mention a game of higher age rating without raising their own age rating, that's leading me against Doom. I never thought about that before, because, you know, it's not like they're actually like, I don't expect blood and guts in Smash Bros, but actually mentioning Doom, I get how that would raise the age rating. So I could see Sakurai not wanting to do that. So Doom guys might be out. Again, that still doesn't mean he could totally be a Mii Fighter costume. They could totally just say, hey, Doom guy, Mii Fighter costume. Oh, I don't have the skin, so he still looks like this. Oh, could you imagine if it was that easy? But the other character I'm still kind of leaning towards is Crash Bandicoot. There was a rumor about Crash Bandicoot at one point. It got debunked, obviously. But I still think Crash Bandicoot would be a cool character. I still think Crash Bandicoot makes sense as a fighter. So maybe. I would love. I think even though I've only ever played the first Crash Bandicoot, so I'm not the biggest fan of the character. But I think that would make sense. So if they want to do Crash Bandicoot, yeah, sure, go ahead. I'm all aboard Crash Banookas. Sure, I know people love the character. It just makes sense. And I screwed it up. Oh god, I'm blowing it. I can't think of anybody. I know people have been talking to Eggman recently. I think Eggman would be neat, but I don't think that's going to happen. Of course, it could also just be, like, some random Nintendo Joe Schmo, you know? Like, if the last fighter was, like, the trainer, the protagonist of Ring Fit Adventure, I also wouldn't be surprised. Because, yeah, I could totally be... Like, people consider Byleth a letdown. I personally don't, but that's because I main Byleth. But, yeah, if the last fighter is some Mii fighter, that would make sense. Or, like, some Nintendo first-party character, I could also totally see that. So, my actual thoughts on playing as Kazuya, now that I've done it, he's got some power to him that I like. I don't entirely know I don't remember any of his combos or his moveset or anything. This is just kind of me messing around with it. But yeah, he's not bad. Again, it's kind of, like I said, Terry was kind of fun. Yeah, and he's fun in his own weird way. I'm not good at him, clearly, even though we've done fine so far. I think we've only lost twice, which isn't too bad. Yeah, I don't know. I know the combos are like a big deal. I'm trying to remember one, but clearly I just don't. Gosh, and then I keep screwing that up. His recovery, as I've said before, I care a lot about a character's recovery. And so far, his recovery is not bad. Yeah. So yeah, that's all the Kazuya stuff. We went off on some fucking side tangents there. But yeah, not bad. I'm out. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Next up, so let's talk about PlayStation. So PlayStation recently announced that they acquired Housemarque. Housemarque is the studio that made Returnal, which is that recent PS5 exclusive game that was it's a 3D roguelike that people really like. I don't have a PS5. I don't think it's on PS4, but I know people do like Returnal. I know there was some problems with like save functions, like you can't save mid-run, which I hear sucks. Because because the game had a problem of crashing early on, so if at any point the game crashes mid-run, you have to redo the entire run. That sounds terrible. That's a terrible thing that they refuse to like do anything about. Which again, it goes back to that ancient problem I've talked about before about how players have the right to do whatever they want with their game. But players have the right to play a game however they want, but developers have the right to make a game however they want. And I think that's the big problem, is that players want that save point so that way they can save mid-run. The developers don't want that. They don't want that. So that's where they're butting heads. But I hear other than that, it's a good game. I know Housemarque, before that, they made a bunch of like arcade-style games. I don't know. Honestly, besides for Returnal, I don't know much about the studio. I know very little about Housemarque themselves. But hey, you know, Xbox has been making all these acquisitions. PlayStation bought Insomniac recently. Nintendo bought Mercury Steam? I think, didn't Nintendo buy Mercury Steam? The studio that's making the new Metroid game. Didn't they actually, like, officially buy them as of a few months ago. Because, you know, eventually this is going to become... the big worry is that eventually gaming is going to become the three fiefdoms. That everything's going to be owned by Nintendo, Microsoft, or PlayStation. And Microsoft's making all the moves right now, mostly to make up for what they lack in the industry, which is first-party games. And yes, so Sony buying Housemarque, much like when they bought Insomniac, it's just one of those things that makes sense, because... yeah, it's Sony. Like, they have a good working order with Housemarque. It just makes sense, because they've been getting good work out. They got Returnal. Yeah, but the other interesting part of the story is that in the initial, right, so when they put up the thing being like, hey, they made like a special image like, hey, Sony has bought Housemarque. They also put up a thing, I guess on the Japanese website, their Japanese website, saying that they had bought Bluepoint. Bluepoint is the studio that did... didn't they do... They did the Shadow of the Colossus remake and the Demon Souls remake, right? That's Bluepoint. Another acclaimed studio. And, of course, right, as we know, Japan Studios recently got absorbed into Studio Asabi, which, that was worrisome. But, hey, if Sony were also to buy Bluepoint, that's also one of those things that just makes sense. It makes sense for Sony to buy Bluepoint. They're, I'm just spamming this right now. Eventually they'll learn, but... Come on. I know he has a Meteor Smash. I just don't remember which one it is. Oh, I was trying to bait him, but no, he got it off on me. But yeah, Sony also buying Bluepoint would make sense. I don't think anything has been confirmed as of this moment. Like, I don't think it's confirmed that that's actually happening. But it's just interesting how... So at least something's going on behind the scenes with Sony and Bluepoint. Right? The fact that they had that ready proves that something's going on. And then I don't remember how to use... You've got this special move thing that I know... God damn it. I know, like, once he gets below a certain percentage, or above 100, he gets that special move, and I don't remember how to activate it. I know there's a button thing you can hit to do it. Don't remember what it is. Gosh dang it. I know I can do this. I've been so close... But I just keep fucking it up, and yeah. I don't know. I had a few opportunities to get. Yesterday, the PS5 went up in a few places, and I had several opportunities. Like, I was right there as it went up, and if I wanted it, I could have gotten it. But I didn't. You know, I can't justify it. Even though there are a bunch of games I do want. I still cannot I cannot justify buying a PS5 as much as I think it would be good. Oh, with that, when the I thought I had it there for a second. This one's gonna take forever. We're not gonna. Yeah, no, this... Oh, God, this one's kicking my ass. Yeah. Next up, let's talk about Skyward Sword. So we got a new... So Skyward Sword is a game I like. I really do like Skyward Sword. Because, of course, Skyward Sword is a good game when you don't have people bitching in your ear telling you it's a bad one. And Skyward Sword is a good game. Not a flawless game. No, don't get me wrong on that. Skyward Sword for sure has flaws. Some pretty big ones. So the hope was that, hey, well, if we're getting this remake, we really need some quality of life changes that fix all of these little problems. And so it was just, we know something was going to happen. It was just a matter of when. When were we getting some of these quality of life changes? And we got a trailer earlier today, actually, that was like, hey, here's some of the quality of life changes coming to Skyward Sword. Which, good. The trailer, so the first thing the trailer talked about is how Fi works, or at least it talks about the hint system in the game, which the hint system in Skyward Sword, or at least the way Fi works, is, to call it coddling would be an understatement. If Fi is so fucking protective in that game. Oh, wow, we actually... Okay. Give me a second here. I'm gonna focus real quick. This is the best position we've been so far. Give me a second. Yes! Yes! Wow, we actually did all those. Again. Like the Minecraft one, I just could never do. Fuck. Oh, you know what we should do? We should do his classic mode next. Alright, we'll go do that. Cool. So yeah, the big... so, you know, I'm just gonna pull up the trailer. We're not gonna play it. Even though I could. I'm just gonna pull it up and... Oops. Come on. There we go. I'm just gonna pull it up on, like, my phone or something, and I'll watch through it to tell you what the new... what some of the new things are. But I know the big one... So, Fi is really annoying. That's not an understatement. Fi is really annoying in Skyward Sword. Like, super annoying. So the hope is that, hey, right, yeah, I said a few weeks ago that my hope was that they just fully, like, unless it's a cutscene, all of Fi's dialogue is removed, right? Unless it's a, because I know Fi speaks out of cutscenes, but I'm pretty sure most of the time, anyways, if Fi talks, it's in cutscenes. So that's the hope that, like, hey, maybe they get rid of all of Fi's dialogue except for in cutscenes. And they say they're reducing it. I'm sure there is some outside of cutscene dialogue with Fi that is important, right? I'm sure there are some moments that Fi talks that you need to know, right? That are like story progression stuff. So I get them leaving that stuff in. Oh, wait, have I not? Did I just watch the trailer on Twitter? Is that... I was looking through my YouTube history. Maybe I only watched it on Twitter? Oh, okay, give me a second. So that's the first major change, is that, hey, they're at least scaling back Fi. How much? Well, that depends. It really does depend on how much they're scaling her back. So that's going to be a big thing. But they've also added in the ability to skip cut or right, like, you know how, like in a game you can press A to fast forward through dialogue boxes. Like I think Skyrim's the first one that comes to mind. I know tons of games do it nowadays. Skyrim's like the first one that comes to mind. They're adding that into the game. So like if you just want to like whenever Fi comes up, which you can just spam A to skip through her dialogue, which especially like in any dungeon is something I recommend doing, because the only thing Fi does in dungeons is is give you hints on how to solve the puzzles, you know, the things that are fun to figure out on your own because they're fucking puzzles. And that's a big fucking problem with the game, is that it gives you the solutions oh fuck, I went off. Oh shit, I thought oh god, I don't know how the fuck I screwed that up. Yeah, one of Fi's big problems is that she will just outright give you the solutions to puzzles as you're trying to solve them. And yeah, because the dungeons in Skyward Sword are the best in the series. Are in the best of the 3D games, right? Like out of Ocarina, Majora, Twilight Princess, and Breath of the Wild. Yeah, no, the dungeons in Skyward Sword are amazing. They're not all 10 out of 10s, but like some of there's so many great ones. So yeah, that's good. Also, the ability to press I think it's minus to skip cutscenes has been added. That's another good change. I'm down for that change. Dialogue boxes. So this was a problem shared by both Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess. Is that so in Twilight Princess, whenever you like let's say you pick up a blue rupee, it'll give you a message that's like, hey, this is a blue rupee worth 5 rupees. And then let's say you turn off the game, boot it back up. The next time you pick up a blue rupee, it'll give you that same message. Like, hey, this is a blue rupee worth 5 rupees. Skyward Sword, right, so that was a problem in Twilight Princess. And it was like, oh, maybe it was an accident. It wasn't an accident. Because that same thing happens in Skyward Sword. And because there are so many collectible items in Skyward Sword, it's like 1,000 times worse. Like, they do it again in Skyward Sword, and it's way worse in Skyward Sword. Because Skyward Sword has, like, tons of collectibles that you need to, like, craft upgrades and whatnot. And it was super annoying. And they did, it was in Twilight Princess HD, they did fix it, where once you collect, like, a blue rupee or something, it only gives you the text box once. You shut down the game, boot it back up, no more text boxes. They did confirm that they have fixed that here as well. That you'll get the text box once and not again, which was a change we knew was going to happen. I think the best example of this being broken like that is in Chugga Conroy series. I think he gets well over 200 reoccurring dialogue boxes, which I think is, yeah, that's a good sign that something was wrong. That it happens over 200 times. But they fixed it, so good. That's a good fix that we knew was going to come, because they fixed it for Twilight Princess HD. Why wouldn't they fix it for Skyward Sword HD? But yeah, so that's a good fix. Anything else oh, gosh. Come on. Anything else I have here? I guess they scaled back the tutorial, which a lot of people make fun of the tutorial of Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. They're not as bad. That's all exaggeration. All of that, people make jokes that, oh, Skyward Sword is cat catching simulator. You catch a single cat, and that's it. People give Skyward Sword a lot of shit for having the cat catching moment. It's nothing. That's an over-exaggeration. It's not nearly as bad as people make it out to do. Also, the whole cat catching thing in Skyward Sword tutorial, completely optional. You can tell the guy no, and he won't even make you do it. It's all exaggeration. Twilight Princess, yeah, in Twilight Princess you have to catch a fish, and that's not optional, but yeah. I probably should have done this on harder difficulty, even though we did knock out once. Because that was stupid. But yeah, I think people totally over-exaggerate it. It's fine. I guess the game's frame rate, Skyward Sword HD's frame rate, is now 60 frames a second, which that's good. 60 frames per second? Yeah, sure. Go. Yeah, that's good. I didn't remember the original game not being 60 frames, but I don't even remember. Again, and I know people have problems with the motion controls. Personally, I never did. Or the one time I did have a problem with motion controls was because because my nunchuck was broken, and the second I switched my nunchuck out to a working one, it worked. The controls worked fine. I never had a problem with the Skyward Sword controls. I do know, I'm still not 100% sure if you can play Skyward Sword HD with a Pro controller, and it works fine. Every time they show it off in trailers, they specifically talk about handheld mode. Right? They talk about, how you can play it with motion controls with Joy-Cons, or in handheld mode on a Switch Lite. I still don't know if you can do it with the Pro controller. I'm still not sure. I feel like, because I know, and the reason why I say, in any other thing, I would be like, no, of course you can do it with a Pro controller. But then you look at Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which you can't. You can either do Joy-Cons or portable mode. In the game, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is fucking unplayable with the Joy-Con controls. Play that game in portable mode, where you can actually like get a cursor on screen. Oh my gosh, I hated that game. Until I realized, oh no, you get a cursor if you play it on portable mode. And then it just works. And it's actually like a really good remake of Gen 1. You just need to do the thing. Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. Any other? I guess they're adding an autosave, because yeah, in the original Skyward Sword you couldn't autosave, which I personally never had a problem with, because the bird statues are all over the place. But I guess it's something people did have a problem with, and you know what? It's just a nice quality of life feature. The quality of life feature that isn't nice is the fucking... I guess, so, you know what? To be fair, the amiibo is still bullshit. If you don't know, the Skyward Sword game, there's an amiibo with Zelda and a Loftwing, and using the amiibo allows you to fast travel between the sky and the sky and the ground without needing to talk to a bird statue. Personally, I never had problem with the bird statue, but I know people did. So, yeah. I personally don't think it's that... It should have been something that's in the game by default. That's, I think, the big thing, is it should have just been in there, and maybe the amiibo allows you to unlock it, like, earlier. Kind of like imagine if, like, the Zelda amiibo gave you the Swift Sail at the start of the game in Wind Waker, or you can get it from the auction house normally. Like, if you could get this fast travel thing in Skyward Sword, like, let's say you get it after defeating, like, the second dungeon, but then you could use the amiibo to get it right off the bat, I'd get that, right? I'd be fine with that. But the fact that it seems so you can only get it through the amiibo, that's bullshit. That's a problem. And I will hold that against this game. Let's check my spirit board. So that's the Skyward Sword. Again, it comes out in like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm still interested in it. I've been waiting for Skyward Sword HD for years now. It's finally here. Of course, I'm going to play it. There's going to be some sort of fucking catch. When isn't there? But yeah. Oh, so we're missing this guy's pro spirit, and Kazuya has another costume spirit. That's it. I know there was talks of the other Monster Hunter one, but by tomorrow, theoretically, I could have all the spirits. Wow. After months, I could theoretically have all this. What, this game came out in 2018, and I've been slowly chipping away at it. Let's see if we can get the other Kazuya spirit here in the store right now. Oh shit, we can. There it is, 1 spirit away. Anything else in the Skyward Sword trailer? Button motion control things. Still not sure. Still cannot tell. And you know what? And whenever Skyward Sword comes out, I probably will play it with motion controls. Because again, I thought the motion controls were fine. Streamline item information, skippable cutscenes. Yeah. It's right around the corner. It's, I think, the 17th. Yeah, that's... I did not mean to go back that far. That's just a few days. Yeah, and I think that's all we... I guess we can mess around with some Smash Bros. Online. Because we still are. Because, God, I did not expect those spirits to be as easy as they were. This is gonna fucking suck. There's a reason I don't play online Smash Bros. Yeah, so we got some miscellaneous news stories real quick. These are ones I have to remember, so don't quote me for anything here. We're just gonna go back to my main. My girl Byleth. For some reason, my number 1 rated character is Yoshi, which I don't know why that is, but okay. Again, I don't play Smash Bros. Online. I hate it. But some miscellaneous things. Ghost of Tsushima announced that it's getting a director's cut, which adds in a whole new island. It fixes some of the things with the game. I think there might be like a Switch Pro style patch to the game. Or not a Switch Pro. I mean a PS5 patch that like better gels with the frame rate and everything. I know they're adding some new data and whatnot. Like some new like... for like the multiplayer or Ghost of Tsushima Legends stuff or whatever. That's cool, I guess. So yeah, that'll happen whenever that happens. I think, like, price-wise, it's only, like, an extra... I think if you already have Ghost of Tsushima, it's an extra 20... Maybe, I think it's $20. It might be 30 now that I'm thinking about it. I know there is some sort of price thing. Like, if you buy the director's cut, if you buy it on PS4, you buy the director's cut, you can get it for $60, and then you can get the PS5 version for an extra... for an extra 10, because the PS4 version of the director's cut is 60, PS5 version is 70, but yeah, and there is a way to, like, if you already have it, you can just upgrade your already existing copy of Ghost of Tsushima for like for a price, something like that at least. I don't remember again, this is a miscellaneous story. Sony, so we talked about how Sony bought the one studio. Yeah, Sony also bought another studio. They bought some Dutch studio that I think works more for, not tech demos, but they don't do like traditional game development. They do something else. And that's a surprising acquisition, because they clearly serve more than just like the, hey, we're PlayStation and we're buying another studio. They do something else weird. So yeah, oh, I'm out. So yeah, PlayStation is doing that, which is interesting. Konami has got Bloober Team, which did... Oh, Bloober Team did... Oh, what did Bloober Team do? Bloober Team did The Median. The Median from earlier this year, Layers of Fear, Observer, Blair Witch, Layers of Fear 2. I've heard... Oh, The Median I heard was okay. Layers of Fear I remember people liking. Observer I heard was actually really good. I heard people really liked Observer. So that's cool, I guess. Sure, if people are into that. But supposedly they've been partnered with Konami to do a new Silent Hill game. suppose this is all rumors right now that they're doing it, because there's also a rumor that a different Japanese studio will also be making a Silent Hill game. And I know people like Silent Hill. Again, I really one day want to play Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is this legendary game that I think costs, but like, because there was a remake at some point, but the remake was garbage, and like the lighting engine was wrong or something like that. And I think actually getting a copy of like the original PS2 version is like a few $100. It's one of those games, right? But hey, if, right, a remake of Silent Hill 2 that actually fucking works would be cool. Something original. I don't know. I know, because there was the Silent Hill PT thing that got canceled by Konami when they kicked out Kojima. So I know that's a real fucking problem. And of course, there is a rumor that Kojima is working with Microsoft on a new project. And potentially that new project might be a Silent Hill thing. I mean, there's no proof, obviously, but there's also, like, if it happens, it could totally happen. So that'd be neat. A Silent Hill backed Kojima game done through Microsoft? Yeah, I mean, if Microsoft can make it happen, go for it. The question is, could Microsoft make it happen? Or will they just let Kojima make his own game, kind of like how PlayStation let him do Death Stranding? Honestly, I kind of take either one, honestly. Anything else? There were other news. I guess id Software's doing something, which, yeah, I know people are gonna like that because it's id Software. I don't know. I think that's all the miscellaneous news we got. There were other news stories. A lot of stuff I just don't care about. Right? Like, and even some of these, like, Ghost of Tsushima stuff is stuff I don't really care about. Because I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima yet. Like, this isn't as interesting as some of the other stuff I actually do. Like, Skyward Sword normally wouldn't have made it in this thing, but I actually like Skyward Sword, so yeah. Because that's less of a deal than the Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut thing. And yeah, so I guess that takes us to WIBE. So, I guess let's start off with the... We got 4 things to talk about, 2 video games and 2 movies. So I guess let's start off with the video games, shall we? I know my Switch has been kind of broken, but it still does technically work, and it works in handheld mode. Like for all the problems I've had with the Switch, it has never actually crashed in handheld mode, right? Like, it's never overheated in handheld mode. So I picked up the new Mario Golf and was like, I'll play it exclusively in handheld mode. That was my plan anyways. And so far, I played it on the TV once. I played it with a few other people. We sat down and played Front 9, and it did crash on us, like 6 or 7 holes in, and it crashed at the most opportune time. Like, I was sitting there, and my ball was coming in, and it was right about to land in the hole, and then it overheated on us. So it was like, fuck. And then, of course, I boot back up the game, and it, like, our save file doesn't, right, the save file, or the file that was like 7 holes in, completely lost. So that sucked. And the game did actually crash on me once. I was doing a mission in the story mode, and the game did just, like, Mario Golf itself just crashed on me. That sucked. But, other than that, I've been enjoying it. I know it's not the perfect Mario Golf game. I know it isn't. I know it's got some problems. I've mostly been using, so even though I have not been listening to the Adventure Zone, besides for being behind on the Adventure Zone, I'm also behind in every other podcast I listen to. Yeah, I am behind in every other podcast as well. So while playing Mario Golf, just like going through the story and doing some online play, I have been just casually playing through the story and doing that and listening to my podcast, and I'm caught up on Fuckface. I'm an episode behind on the RT podcast. I'm caught up on Off Topic. I think I'm caught up on Face Jam. I might be an episode behind on that one. Yeah, I've been catching up in my other podcasts. Not because I do listen to podcasts other than the Adventure Zone. Not my brother, not my Bam Bam, because my Bam Bam is one of those podcasts I used to listen to on like the drive to work or to school or whatever. Which, since I'm not taking anymore, well, I have no reason to listen to my Bam Bam. Same thing with Good Morning from Hell. I haven't listened to either of them. But yeah, I've been trying to catch up in all my other podcasts, and so far, it's been going fine. I've caught up on a few of them. Of course, the non-Rooster Teeth production stuff I'm not caught up on, and even some of the Rooster Teeth production stuff I am caught up on. Right, or some of it I ain't, like I am for sure not caught up on, what's the podcast called? Oh, Annual Pass, the Jack Patello's Disneyland podcast. Nope, ain't caught up on that one, so that sucks. But everything else, I'm trying. Oh boy, he's trying. Out of all the people I could have attacked, I picked the worst one. No, fuck! Gosh dang it, I was planning on grabbing onto the ledge and I just screwed it up. Or, I was planning on landing on the slope below and I just screwed it up. But yeah, Mario Golf itself, it's fine. It's not amazing. It's not like one of the best. It's a good, fun golf game. I played it with a few other people at one point, and we had fun. It's a fun golf game to play with friends. I've been enjoying my time with it as a podcast game. The online works fine. I've had the online struggle a few times, but surprisingly enough, speed golf works pretty decently. I think speed golf works good. Surprisingly, the golf where like one person's going at a time, surprisingly that lagged more than speed golf did, which I expected speed golf to struggle because, 4 people are going at once simultaneously. So I expected that to be where the struggle came from. No, the struggle came from just normal golf, right? The game chugged more then. And yeah, it's hard to find like people on lobbies. I guess not that many people are playing this game online, which kind of sucks. Because as a result, there's not that many people like in lobbies doing things. But I have been able to get a few games online, and of those few games I've got online, they've mostly worked fine. There is a little lag. I mean, nothing as bad as I've seen in Smash Bros, which even though tonight it's actually working pretty decently. I mean, there's a little slowdown, but nothing too bad. Right? So yeah, Mario Golf, I've been having fun with it. It's definitely not a perfect game, not by a long shot. But like as a solid, just like fun little experience, it's a fun little experience. I'll give it that. And then the other game I've been playing, so I've been watching this guy on YouTube. What's his name? I'm gonna find his name real quick. It's like CM Craft or something like that. CM McGee Crafts, or what was it called? What was his channel called? Give me a second, I'll find it. See Me, so CMEE Craft Gaming. And he does like the challenge runs, and I was watching his runs of Kirby. He specifically does runs of Kirby. He's done a bunch of like runs where it's like, hey, can we complete Kirby Star Allies without jumping? Can we complete Kirby Triple Deluxe without jumping? And I was watching those videos, and it just made me want to play a Kirby game again. And out of the Ritz series, which is Return to Dreamland, Triple Deluxe, Planet Robobot, and Star Allies, the best one is Planet Robobot. So I sat down and I played some Planet Robobot. I've mostly been like playing just to like, you know, take a little break from work for college. And so I've only played like 2 maybe 3 hours at most. And I've been doing, I think I'm like 3 worlds in as of this moment. I think maybe I just finished, the ocean level. But Planet Robobot is still the best, you know what, I'm just going to say it outright. Planet Robobot is the best Kirby game. I know people like, Superstar Ultra, and don't get me wrong, Superstar Ultra, whatever the DS port of Superstar is. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game. But Planet Robobot's the best Kirby game. I just straight up, it's the best Kirby game. Enjoy the hell out of it, and so far replaying it, even though I have been exhausted. Doing the first world, just like when I booted it up, I was fucking exhausted. And I was barely able to stay awake while doing the first world. But since then, doing the second and third world, no, it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. I haven't put that much time into it. I'm not going for like all the code cubes or anything. Even though I do actually remember basically how to, like, I'm not going for the code cubes. I'm not going for 100% completion. I'm not going to be doing the True Arena again. I did it once. I did the True Arena once years ago. Never again. No, thank you. But I've done it once. So yeah, I haven't been going for the code cubes. Doesn't change the fact that I've been getting all of them because they're super easy. They're easy enough to get, and I've played the game enough times that I know where to get them all. I was actually thinking while playing it, I was like, you know what? I'm surprised Chugga Conroy still hasn't done Planet, because Chugga Conroy did Triple Deluxe a few years ago. And I'm surprised he hasn't done Planet Robobot yet. And then I looked it up. Chugga Conroy only did Kirby Triple Deluxe last year. It hasn't even been a full year. Or it's maybe been exactly like 1 full year since he did Planet Robobot, or since he did Triple Deluxe, which blows my mind. If you had asked me before when he did Planet Robobot, I probably would have said like 2017. No, he did it last year. I know he's been doing Xenoblade since then, and Xenoblade is like a 100 episode series, or he's at 150, I think. But yeah, and that's just, I don't know. I guess that's just something with Chugga Conroy, where Chugga Conroy's Animal Crossing series, I thought happened in like 2016, 2014. I think it was 2014. So that also blows my mind. I don't know. I guess that's just my memory being shoddy. No worries, Crispy. Good to see you. And yeah, those are the 2 games I've been playing, Kirby and Mario Golf. And yeah, and I do plan next week, next in chat, so next Friday, we are going, assuming everything works well with the Switch today, right? Assuming, like, because we're over an hour in, and I haven't checked how hot the Switch is, but assuming everything works well, next week we're going to do Mario Golf on... My plan is next week to do Mario Golf. So hey, maybe we'll have some fun with that. Where am I? Oh, yeah, I'll take that win. Man, next week's going to be some Mario Golf, and that'll be fun. Actually, let's check. How hot is the Switch right now? Not hot at all. I mean, I can feel a little heat from it. It's not hot at all. Fuck, I may have found my solution. Oh my god, that actually worked. Instead of stream, but just talking now. Learned OBS and accidentally pressed record instead of stream, but just talking out what I was doing oddly felt good. Yeah. I've always been worried that I'm gonna hit when I do recordings, I'm always worried I'm gonna hit stream instead of record. I always worry I'm gonna do that. So far I think it's only happened once, but I have been worried about that. Let's see. And then so those are the two games I've been playing, Mario Golf and Kirby. But I did see a few movies. I did go to the theater and see Fast and the Furious 9, or just F9 for short. And let me just say, it's fantastic. It was, I don't think it's everything I wanted it to be, because it has, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. Go see it. It's great. And so while it wasn't everything I wanted, because there were some slower moments, right? Because there's some backstory in it. It still is really, it's a really good game. It's a really good movie. That's, yeah, it's dumb, but it's fun. It's so much fun that I can't fault it. I think they gave away a lot in the trailers, which kind of is disappointing. But I mean, again, it had over a year of trailers. Of course they gave away a lot. So to that end, that sucks. I wish they had kept a little bit more secret. But other than that, no. Fast and the Furious 9 is just a fun, fantastic movie. I've been waiting to see it. It's not as good as 5, but I might say it's the best one. Maybe it's just because we're all movie starved, but I might say that Fast and the Furious 9 is the best one since 5, which 5 is the best one. 5 is so fucking good. Fast and the Furious, yeah, 5, where they're in Rio de Janeiro. Such a great movie. Ah, no. I was talking about Super Smash SSBH mains and found out they're all heavies in Cineroar, King K. Rool, and Ganondorf. Yeah, all my mains are sword fighters. Byleth, Robin, Corrin, all sword fighters. Which is interesting to say the least. I do like Pyra and Mithra. I admittedly haven't used them that much, but I do like them. Yeah. It's fun. I don't know, it's been a while since I played Smash Bros. It has, since Pyra and Mithra came out. Yeah. Anything else I gotta say on... Let's actually try out... Let's throw some Kazuya online. And we're gonna get our asses kicked. Anything... John Cena, I think, does a good job in the movie. There are some moments where I'm like, because, yeah, there are some weirder moments, but the action is fun. It's everything you want it to be. There's two more Fast and the Furiouses, and it looks like they're doing, like, you know how, like, the Harry Potter movies split up their final movie into 2 movies? It looks like the final Fast and the Furious is going to be doing the same thing. The circle of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate heavy beats medium, heavy beats medium, medium beats light, and light beats heavy. I mean, technically, but also, like, Smash is one of those games where kind of anything can go. Like, it isn't your traditional fighting game. Oh. Gosh dang it. Even though, again, we are playing as Kazuya for the Tekken character. And there's now 4 characters that all work like fighting game characters. Yeah. God, Fast and the Furious. Man, I love Fast and the Furious. I kind of feel bad for people who can't just sit down and have fun with the Fast and Furious movies. Who, like, take it too seriously. Like, come on, it's fucking Vin Diesel superhero car movie. Just have fun with it. Is that so hard? Is that so... like, I'm the cynical movie critic guy, and yet I can have fun with it. Okay, I'm not actually that cynical. I am the movie critic guy, I'm just not cynical with it. And yeah, I can fucking have a blast with those movies. So, I don't entirely get it. I don't know how you don't have fun with it. Mainly the ones 5 and onwards. Because 1 through... I hear people actually say 3 is good. I don't know. I haven't seen 3 since it came out. Which, God, I remember seeing 3 in the theaters. That was, I think, the first one in the series I saw, and it wasn't that great. But 5 onwards, God, those movies are fun. Special tournament statistics and personal experience. Yeah. And then the other movie I watched, I finally got around to watching the Pixar Luca movie. And you know what? That was also... I'm not going to say it's one of Pixar's best movies, as it is literally just Pixar's take on Kiki's Delivery Service, and Kiki's Delivery Service is a better movie. But Luca was good. I liked Luca. There were some things that it could have, like, done trope-wise that it avoided pretty well. It was just... it definitely didn't get as dark as, like, other Pixar movies do, where, you know, Pixar makes you cry. Nah, it definitely doesn't go that far. But Luca was fun. I enjoyed Luca for what it was. It's so interesting watching pros play Smash. Well, I definitely ain't a pro, so yep. The fact that I was attacking my own teammate proves it. I ain't no pro. Not even close. So I recently finally 3-stocked this level 9 CPU. Yeah. Even though I did play Professional Smash Bros. For a very brief window back in like 2015. I just never again. I thought it was fine, but I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to again. That's just not me. I'm way more casual with these things. Yeah. Yeah, Luca was fun. I still need to watch In the Heights, the Lin-Manuel Miranda thing. I've been meaning to get around to it. I think it's still on HBO Max as of like the time speaking, but I don't know how much longer that's going to be. So I need to get around to that at some point. But yeah, I've been trying. There's a bunch of... now that theaters are opening up again and movies are starting to come out, like, I need to start getting around to see more movies. That Zola came out this week. Zola is about, like, a girl going to, like, Florida. I think they're strippers. I don't entirely... it's something like that. And they go to Florida and, like, just, you know, insanity ensues. Did they get arrested? I don't entirely remember, but I know they get backstage. It was originally a Twitter thread that I remember when the Twitter thread happened back in like 2016, 2017-ish. I remember when it happened. So of course the movie got picked up almost immediately. And now the movie's out and it just came out. And so I'm going to go see that, and man, maybe we'll talk about that next week. Black Widow comes out on Thursday, and I'm going to go see that. I already bought tickets for that opening night, so that'll be fun. That'll be a fun movie to see opening night. And yeah, maybe we'll... I mean, I'm gonna actually do, like, an actual review on that one. Like, you know, like the Loki review I still haven't done as of recording this, that I'm gonna go do right after this. Level 9 Fox Pinnacle. It's Pinnacle of Pain. At least it's not Melee. Fuck Melee. Fuck Melee. It's like the Robin and Titans. Fuck Batman. Fuck Melee. God, honestly, the only thing worse than Melee is Project M. Or, yeah, Project M. God, I hate Project M so much. Brawl Infinite and, oh, what was the other Brawl mod? Brawl Infinite and Brawl, Minus. Those are fun. Those are fun mods. But Project M, nope. Oh, god damn it! God damn it! I could have done that, but I hit the wrong thing. Oh, I screwed that up. I could have gotten that kill. Yeah. And yeah, is that all so yeah, I watched Luca, I watched Fast 9, enjoyed both. Definitely go recommend seeing Fast 9 in theaters if you can. Only Melee, Fox only, Final Destination, 3 stock, no items. Yeah. Actually, have you ever seen that video about the Melee controllers? And like how, certain Melee right, like the people custom ordering the Melee controllers, and how like, there are certain controllers that have like more specific inputs, and people like will not play, like professionals will not play Smash unless they have a controller that has those specific inputs. Like it's a right, I think it's dumb, but it's also fascinating. And then you have, like, the box, which is, like, the custom controller that's just, like, a box with all of its button maps. Yeah. I don't know. I just hate Melee. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's all I've been doing. I have read hundreds over the past like week. I've read a few hundred pages, written, like, I don't know, like 20-page paper. You know, just busy. And then I have a new class that starts on. It was originally supposed to start on Monday, but it actually starts Tuesday because of 4th of July. Yeah, I'm very busy with college. Some things have not changed. But I guess we should talk about what's next. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about that. Oh, okay, I went out. As of this moment, so I have, like I said, I have Monday off, which I didn't expect to have. And I know I've been talking about doing a Minecraft stream for like 3 weeks now. I think we're finally going to do that Minecraft stream on Monday. I think right, I have some time. I'm busy on Sunday, so yeah, I think finally on Monday we're going to do that Minecraft stream. We're gonna, since the Switch is now, I kind of have the Switch working. Again, I am still worried about the audio. Since I kind of have the Switch working, I'm thinking about, right, we're gonna do that Minecraft stream. I have 3 achievements to get. I think we can reasonably get those 3 achievements. So that's what I'm gonna aim to do. And then, yeah, it goes, and then, again, I start a new class on Tuesday, so God, my schedule, the amount of how busy I am is only gonna increase, which fucking sucks. But yeah, that's, as of the moment, that's that plan. Yeah, we were out of that. And so yeah, Minecraft, then like I said, for the next in chat next week, we're gonna try some Mario Golf. Maybe we'll try some online, maybe we'll... I still, as of this moment, have not beaten the story mode. I'm not even... I think I've probably only got like an hour or two left in it. It's not that long of a story mode, admittedly. I think you can beat it in like 7 hours. But yeah, so we'll probably check out some Mario Golf. Maybe we'll do a full 18, which I think takes like 2 hours. Hey, we got some online achievements. Nice. That one. So we got defeat an opponent with a global smash power higher than you and get 100 KOs. Yay. We still got all this shit to do. God, this one. This one. Actually, that picture's very cute. God, I hate online. I do. Also, you know what? I didn't mention it. Mario Golf. I hate the fact that you can't do speed golf with, like, you know how like in Mario Kart you can play 4 players on a single system? I hate that you can't do speed golf with 4 players on a single system, because speed golf goes by surprisingly fast. So I feel like if you could have like kind of like how Mario Kart works, where 4 split screen players on a single battle, I think that would be really cool. Nope. It's only 2. You can only do 2 on a single system. That kind of sucks. But yeah. So, but we'll do Mario Golf next week. Hopefully that'll be fun. I have paper. I have a book to read tonight, because I've got a paper due on that in the next few days, and God, I've still got like 50 pages left. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to doing that. God, I'm so fucking big, and it only gets worse from here. As of this moment, I still plan to do in chats on Friday nights, but if they get pushed to Saturday nights, and no way be surprised. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna... Yeah. I'll see you around. I'm gonna end off right here, right now. I did what we did all the spirit... Again, we did all the spirits. We're only missing 1, which... Hey, look, you've already gained a few levels. You're a level 3. As of tomorrow, I will probably have every spirit. I know we're kind of missing 1... But as of tomorrow, I will have every spirit. That's gonna be nice. I don't think I've ever actually had every spirit. Since the game released, this is, I think, the first time. And again, we might be missing 1. There might be 1 right after this for Monster Hunter. But yeah, I think this will officially be the first time I have every spirit. What a pain in the ass. Because, yeah, these 2 ruined it last time. There's not that many spirits left. We're out of time on that. Yeah, next week, hopefully just relaxing golf stream. There probably isn't going to be much news. Maybe I'll have seen another movie or 2. But I will have seen another movie or 2. Oh, God, I also have to do the Loki review tonight, which I've been pushing off all week. I've been reviewing Loki over on the main channel, by the way. We're 3 episodes in, and I'll probably have episode 4 up tomorrow, which normally I would have up on Fridays, but because I've been so fucking busy, I haven't had time to do them on Fridays. I've been giving them out on like Saturdays and Sundays, because yeah, God, I still have to go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go do that right now. Yeah, that was Kazuya in Smash. I don't think he's that bad. I'm definitely not great as him, but I don't think he's that bad. Still, yeah, I enjoy Pyra and Mithra, and I'm still good at Byleth. Yeah, we technically didn't go 2 hours tonight, so yeah, that was nice. I need to go get some more water. Yeah, we'll be back hopefully Monday. As of this moment, I'm gonna do some stupid shit over the weekend, and hopefully we will be back Monday to do Minecraft, and that'll go for a few hours. Again, the Switch. Well, I have to mess around with the audio. The Switch is not hot right now. It feels fine. So I think if at any point we've got this, It's right now. If at any point we're ever going to have the, hey, guess what? The Switch actually works. It's this moment. So maybe, just maybe, we'll start doing Switch again. If I can have the time. Will Animal Crossing be back? Who knows? It's been over 2 months since the last Animal Crossing update. Fuck, man. They better be working on something big. I've cut that game so much fucking slack. But 2 months without an update... And again, Doug Bowser says, oh, it's fine, we're still working on it. And, I mean, they probably are, but... Oh, God. I mean, Anthem didn't get updates because that game was a fucking failure. Animal Crossing is the second biggest Switch game, and that game's got pitiful updates. I know that's because of COVID, but goddamn. And you know the next update's going to be garbage. Like, I know part of the reason why we're not getting any updates right now is because there's no, like, events. Like, I know wedding season just wrapped up. Man. Still playing Animal Crossing, though. Every day, I think we hit 500 days in August. So, yeah. I almost broke it by... I played it at 11:55. Last minute, I remembered to do it. Yeah. And it's not even worth talking about Animal Crossing. But yeah, for now, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Till next time, peace.